So here's how to read a graduated cylinder. The first thing I want you to notice when we look at this graduated cylinder is that there are numbers labeled every so often. There's the 50 down here, and the 60, and the 70, and the 80, and you've probably noticed that they're going up by tens. So every 10 is labeled by a big line that goes right around it. Here, let's see if I can trace that line. This one for 60, goes around like this. And then the one for 70 is up here. And I won't trace all of them, but you get the idea. So what I want to do here is I want to go through and explain why there are more lines between the 60 and the 70. Pointing out that this one right here in the middle is actually larger. It's a little bit wider than the other lines that are between here. So if you counted, you would go 60 starts right here. Then this would be 61, 62, 63, 64. The big one, that's the 5. That's halfway between 60 and 70. So that would be 65. This would be 66, 67, 68, 69, and finally, all the way up here, this big line would be 70. Now, in this graduated cylinder, the water level goes right up to the 70. It is right on the line for 70. So I would say that this graduated cylinder has 70.0 milliliters of water in it. So let me get rid of this and we'll look at something else. Now let's imagine, and I don't have another picture so I can't do this another way, but let's imagine that the water level was way down here. It was right here, all the way across. Let's see if I can trace this line without making my computer go crazy. My computer is going crazy. Here we go. You'd think that I could draw right straight through here. Okay, that was painful, but you get the idea. So the water line is down here now where this red line is. We can ignore the blue. Let's just imagine this. So this is a practice in just reading what the graduated cylinder says. So remember, down here is 50. This is 60. Each of these lines represent 1 milliliter. The big line in the middle is 5. So since I know the big line in the middle is 5, I can actually start counting there. So this line right here would be 55. So this is 55. This would be 56, 57. And this line, I try to draw it right between 57, that would be 57, and 58. When there's a water level between two lines like this, you have to estimate what your final reading is. And in this case, since it's about halfway between them, I would say it was about half, so 57.5. But we have to write that as a decimal in the metric system. 57.5, you'd write 57.5 milliliters. So if the water level was down here, you estimate, you count the lines, you estimate where it is between lines to end up with your decimal. I hope that helped.